Secret lovers, separate living spaces, and creepy body doubles. Donald and Melania Trump's marriage has sparked endless speculation, but these wild conspiracy theories take things to a whole new level. While most people marry for love these days, there are many rumors that Donald and Melania Trump only got married because it would benefit both of them. According to Melania's former best friend, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, their relationship is more pragmatic than anything else. She told CNN's Jake Tapper, "By marrying Donald, Melania really did get to be the Vogue cover model that she's always wanted to be, that supermodel. And by marrying Melania, Donald was legitimized as trying to get away from that whole playboy mentality that everyone wanted to characterize him as.
I do believe it's a transactional marriage."
For Donald, Melania was also a lot easier to deal with than his first wife, Ivana. His friend, Federico Pignatelli, told Vanity Fair, "Ivana Trump was an intelligent, very strong-minded person and very feisty, while instead, Melania, really no fights." When Donald Trump became president for the first time, Melania didn't join him in the White House right away. Using their son Barron and his school schedule as an excuse to stay in New York City, the First Lady only moved to Washington, D.C. in the summer of 2017. In The Art of Her Deal, The Untold Story of Melania Trump, journalist Mary Jordan claims that sometime after Donald won the presidency in 2016, Melania successfully renegotiated her prenup. Jordan suggests that this was the reason for her delayed move to the White House, as Melania reportedly used the time to secure better financial terms for herself and Barron. Jordan wrote, "She wanted proof in writing that when it came to financial opportunities and inheritance, Barron would be treated as more of an equal to Trump's oldest 3 children. And it is possible she was still using this tactic during the 2024 campaign. Melania was absent for nearly all of it, aside from the occasional appearance." Ron Filipkowski of Midas Touch News said in an interview, "There's no doubt in my mind that he sweetened the prenup to get her to do the bare minimum and just go out and give one 5-minute interview to Fox News." Melania and Donald are not often seen together in public, and some claim it's the same story behind closed doors. Mary Jordan told The Guardian, "I don't know any couple that spends as much time apart. They are often in the same building, but nowhere near each other. She's a loner, he's a loner. They're perfectly happy to be separated." She's not the only one to have made these kinds of claims. A Trump source told Us Weekly, "They have separate bedrooms. They never spend the night together, ever." Melania wants as little to do with Donald as possible.
"I'd rate myself less than a great husband."
While the separate bedrooms rumor was denied by a Trump spokesperson at the time, another person would eventually make the claim, this time under oath. Adult film actress Stormy Daniels testified during the ex-president's hush money trial in 2024 that the night they slept together, Donald told her that he and Melania did not share a bedroom. Barron is Donald and Melania's only child together, but there are rumors that Barron doesn't have a close relationship with his father. Allegedly, this is Melania's doing and is what she prefers. Author Michael Wolff, who has written several books on Donald and his first administration, told MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell in 2019,
"His son is not at all a part of his life, even though he lives with him."
Melania, however, is very much involved in Barron's life. A source who knows the Trumps told People, "Melania will keep her hand on Barron's future just as much going forward as she has throughout his early and current school years. He is her world. She is proud of him, and she is the primary decision maker on Barron and his future." Perhaps the craziest conspiracy theory about Melania and Donald's marriage is that he uses body doubles to stand in for her at events she can't attend. These rumors started online after Melania was pictured wearing large sunglasses and looking a bit unlike herself during Donald's first administration. People then found other similar examples, and the Melania body double conspiracy was born. These rumors became so widespread that Donald weighed in on them himself, writing on X in 2019, "The fake news photoshopped pictures of Melania, then propelled conspiracy theories that it's actually not her by my side in Alabama and other places. They are only getting more deranged with time." It was a strange way to shut down the rumors, seeing as no images had been altered. But regardless of how weird Donald's response to the conspiracy was, the truth is there was never any fake Melania Trump to begin with. Donald Trump usually isn't open to everyone else's ideas, but he'll definitely listen to Melania. Former White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham told People, if she saw something on the news, she would call him and say, "This is on the news. I don't like it. You shouldn't be doing this." He did not always listen, but sometimes he did listen. I think of anybody in the whole White House, he listened to her the most. In fact, it's even been said that Donald is genuinely afraid of his wife. The couple have been together for almost 3 decades, and those around them know her power over Donald. Kellyanne Conway even told the January 6th committee, "He listens to many of us, but he reserves fear for one person, Melania Trump."
We have a very, very pretty much equal relationship,
Yes.
wouldn't you say?
Melania has had to put up with a lot being married to Donald, but according to rumors, she knows how to get back at him publicly when she is mad or embarrassed. There have been notable occasions where she refused to accompany him to events or traveled separately from him, even though there was no obvious reason for her to do so. For a man who married a beautiful woman allegedly because she made him look good in photos, this is punishment indeed. Author Mary Jordan told The Guardian, "The way she shows that she's upset with Trump is to walk away, to be invisible, and he doesn't like that. She didn't get in the car with him to go to the State of the Union, a 10-minute car ride, after there were lengthy reports about infidelities with Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal." Melania often looks miserable around Donald and has even swatted away his hand a few times. Then there was the time she frowned after he looked at her on his inauguration day. Because of moments like these, comedians like Jimmy Kimmel have joked that Melania hates her husband.
If we can somehow harness the energy of Melania's hatred for Donald Trump, we could power the world.
But people who actually know the couple have said the same thing. Noel Kassler, who worked with Donald on The Apprentice, told Swagger magazine she hated him on The Apprentice. They would come in separate cars and she wouldn't say 2 words to him. Even in on-the-record interviews, it can be hard to get any real affection out of Melania when it comes to Donald. Michael D'Antonio, author of The Truth About Trump, once interviewed the pair. He told Vanity Fair, "He begged her to praise him to me as a husband. Literally, he said, 'Tell him I'm a really good husband.' She looked at him and he repeated himself, and she said, 'Yeah, he's a really good husband.' It was being dragged out of her." A 2018 poll found that only 18% of Americans thought Donald had been faithful to Melania during their marriage. But what about Melania? Well, some people claim she hasn't been faithful to Donald either. When asked by Swagger magazine if Melania has a boyfriend, Noel Kassler said, "Yes, she does. His name is Hank Seamers. He's the head of security at Tiffany's. That marriage is an arrangement." Kassler expanded on this claim on X, writing that Melania didn't even live with Donald during the time he knew them, but with her boyfriend. Novelist Monica Byrne also made similar claims on X, although she did not reveal who her anonymous source was. She wrote, "Word is, for many years, Melania's been having an affair with the head of security at Tiffany's in the Trump Tower lobby, with DT's knowledge." Melania looks so unhappy at times with Donald that after he was elected in 2016, many people started using the Free Melania hashtag on social media. They even wrote variations of it on signs. It's not clear if Melania actually wants to leave her husband, but according to Noel Kassler, the couple were on the verge of divorce at one point. He told Swagger magazine they were probably headed to divorce before Trump won the election. Monica Byrne also backed up this claim, writing in an X post, "They had an agreement, written, I think, that if DT lost the election, they'd get divorced. But then he won, so they had to renegotiate the agreement. She's imprisoned in that marriage for as long as he's president." Even Vanity Fair noted that the gossip among their friends was that after the Access Hollywood tape came out, Melania was getting ready to divorce Donald. Of course, as of late 2024, this has still not happened.
It is not concern and focus of mine.
Donald Trump married Melania in 2005, and within 6 months, she was pregnant with their son Barron. She was 35 years old at the time, but what Donald was allegedly worried about was how she'd look after giving birth. A source told Vanity Fair that the couple had what seemed like a contract, adding, she promised him that everything would go back to the way it was. Allegedly, he also made it clear that she wanted to have a child, not him. The same source claimed, there was no, how do you feel? No opening of doors, making sure she didn't fall, just, you wanted to have a baby. Melania clearly cares about the way she looks, but whether that comes from her background as a model or from a need to please her husband is unclear. Stephanie Grissom told People, "I watched her go through every single photo that the White House photographers ever took of her and approved them one by one by one, so what she looked like was a real obsession to her."